video on the 6th Labour government. So we're going to go through in the first and second terms the parliaments in them, the coalitions, and then throughout the government the policies, the COVID policies, and then the final defeat of the government. So first, the parliamentary makeup between 2017 and 2020. It was a governing coalition of Labour and New Zealand First, as well as Greens and Confidence in Supply. These three parties held a total of 63 seats, with the National ACT opposition holding 57. Te Pāti Māori was kicked out of the parliament from the previous election, and ACT's sole seat was from winning the Epsom electorate. So Labour won 46 seats, New Zealand First 9, Greens 8, National 56, and ACT 1. The Speaker was Trevor Mallard, the Prime Minister was Jacinda Ardern, and there were 4 opposition leaders during this period. Bill English, Simon Bridges, Todd Miller, who lasted 51 days, I believe, and is the shortest serving national leader in history, as well as Judith Collins. These are the coalition leaders, who are Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister, the leader of Labour, and MP for Albert. She's the youngest Prime Minister in history, although not the youngest head of New Zealand in history, as Edward Stafford, who was the third Premier of New Zealand from 1856 to 1861, was younger than her. New Zealand First was the Kingmaker in 2017. And Winston Peters chose Labour. As such, she became the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, State and Enterprise, and Racing. Also the leader of New Zealand First, people probably already know that. James Shaw became the Minister of Climate Change and Statistics and was the only Green leader at the time of the election. He was only a one-term MP. Moving on to the parliamentary makeup for 2020-2023, the governing coalition of Labour and Greens dominated Parliament. It was 75 seats out of 120 due to the massive boost of popularity that Labour got from COVID. The National ACT opposition just held 43 seats, with ACT managing to gain 9. Not the best result in history. National holding 33. On the crossbench was Te Pāti Māori, who managed to re-enter Parliament by winning an electorate, and there were 2 speakers, Trevor Mallard and Adrian Raoehe. 2 Prime Ministers, Jacinda Ardern and Christopher Higgins, and 2 opposition leaders, Judith Collins and Christopher Luxon. Labour managed to lose 3 MPs over the course of the term, 2 of which became independents and 1 of which became national. So again, Jacinda Ardern and James Sorrow there, but there's also Robert Davidson, who became the Minister for the Protection of Family and Sexual Violence. The Minister for the Prevention of Family and Sexual Violence, and was a 2-term MP prior to the election. And some of the policies that the Labour government introduced was the abolishment of 1980 trials for larger companies, the increased student allowance and living cost loans by $50 a week, and gave all secondary school students 3 driver training. The increase in the minimum wage from $16.50 to $22.70. Obviously, some of the increase was just the natural inflationary increase that automatically occurred in New Zealand, but a lot of that was them raising it themselves. They passed the Zero Carbon Act with goals of net zero by 2050 and 24 to 47% reduction in methane emissions relative to 2017. They stopped creating new offshore oil and gas exploration permits and raised the top tax from 33% to 39%. Sorry, there's a typo that says 29, but it's 39 for those earning over $180,000 New Zealand. They centralised all the health districts into one national service and gave free doctor visits for all under 14s. They restricted Kiwis, including Australians, from buying existing residential homes in New Zealand, and further limited rent increases to once per year and banned no-cost evictions. They held a non-binding referendum on legalising recreational cannabis, which narrowly failed, and created a lunch program for low decile schools. They also reallocated spending towards rail, cycling, and cycling infrastructure. Social Security benefits were indexed to wages instead of inflation, and welfare benefits were increased in response to COVID-19, and the winter energy payment was temporarily doubled. They reinstated the right of prisoners serving less than a 3-year sentence to vote in elections. So COVID in many ways defines this government. skyrocketed in popularity and also caused the ultimate defeat of the government in the 2023 election. The government followed a complete elimination strategy and closed all borders to non-residents on 19th of March 2020 and established a level system for lockdowns, with level 4 being the strictest and 1 being no lockdown. One national lockdown and several all-wide lockdowns were initiated, and they later introduced a traffic light system as COVID spread and vaccines were rolled out, so they kind of just gave up by the end. Several economic relief packages, including wage subsidies, interest-free government loans to small and medium businesses for short-term absence payments for workers having to get tested and thus not being able to work, were released, and welfare benefits, and they, as previously mentioned, increased welfare benefits and doubled the winter energy payment. Paid sick leave was also doubled from 5 days to 10 days per year in response to COVID. So how did they defeat? So Labour's poll numbers almost immediately start to decline after the 2020 election. And by the start of 2023, the election year, Labour's poll numbers had declined from the 50% of vote that they had received in 2020 to basically a tie, with the government's approval rating dropping from about plus 50 following the 2020 election to negative 12 by the start of 2023. This resulted in Jacinda Ardern resigning on the 19th of January 2023 and leaving office on the 25th. Further resulted in Chris Hipkins becoming the leader of Labour and Prime Minister, and temporarily resulted in a bump for Labour, but these poll numbers quickly declined. Labour would then lose 31 seats in the 2023 election, going down from 65 to 31 from 2020. Following the election, National formed a coalition government with ACT first. Check out the Sixth National Government video explained for some more details on that election's results, which I will hopefully link up if I can figure it out now. So thank you. I'll put the video in the end card. But thank you for watching. See you next time. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and watch another one. Thank you. Bye.